Hi, it's Wednesday and it's Smart Solutions. I'm Jade from the Artisan Haven, and Smart Solution is all about what we can provide for SMEs and maybe larger corporates as well. That's provided by our small businesses and entrepreneurs. Today, not so much going to talk to the SMEs, but I thought it would be quite interesting to share a conversation that I had with lady CEO, Ai Lin from Zurich. Insurance is an insurance company, and how she made it as a CEO, and her thinking and her philosophy of life. Very interesting lady. I'm Jade from the Artisan Haven, and this is our Smart Solution segment. We run a small e-commerce site for artists, artisans, and enterprises, small enterprises. We have a little bit of a contest. We run contests. You can win a best spa if you shop or just visit our site. You can also win 10,000 ringgit of lighting makeover from Sing Hub Lighting, and of course a C-Zone aquarium, a wall aquarium from C-Zone that's worth about 4,000 ringgit, right? Together with 1 year of free maintenance. Okay, so without delaying further, let me introduce. This was a conversation I had with Ai Lin, right? Let me introduce this.
Okay, pretty much I would say my philosophy is accept the fact that life is never easy and complacency beats mediocrity, you see. So what is important is you got to set yourself goals and priorities. But setting goals and priorities is just one way.
Oops, that it got stuck. Okay, let me try that again. Just edit the stream. Well, I'm very sorry, didn't work. Okay, let me pull the item again. But meantime, let me share with you one of the interviews that I had with Affin Bank. Now, Affin Bank has been very supportive. They are very supportive of SMEs, and they gave us an opportunity, the Artisan Digital Mall, Sdn Bhd, to participate in what they call the SME colony, and also to address some of the workforce, the payroll companies and their employees. Okay, so while I try to solve the problem with the previous video, please enjoy this one. It's a 2-minute video, and it's about me talking to Affin Bank. Hi, I'm Jade from the Artisan's Haven. So I started an Artisan Digital Mall, and within the Artisan Digital Mall, apart from promoting local artisans and local brands, I also work with small SMEs that provides close to digital type of services also for SMEs. 2020 was a very interesting. Sorry, today is full of technical issues. Now that I've got this one working, let me try and play this one for you while I correct the other one. Sorry.
Accept the fact that life is never easy and complacency beats mediocrity, you see. So what is important is you got to set yourself goals and priorities. But setting goals and priorities is just one way. The key thing is always the people around you and knowing your roots. That's very important to learn from mistakes of the past and how do you want to move forward. But I think what is very key is the word is learning, right? You never stop learning. And then the other bit that I always push myself is being mindful of how we think and we carry ourselves, right? It's always being very mindful because it's always so easy to get caught in a situation. So for me, in a lot of these things is making very conscious decisions, right? And always review your goals and your priority. One fundamental thing is always break your comfort zone. That's where you learn the most because it's so scary.
Okay, so you broke. So scary.
Okay. Why it's so scary? Because many a time we get into that complacency, right? And when we're comfortable, that's when we stop growing, right? So when you are able to break yourself out of the complacency, it is scary to go deep dive into the other side, but it is it's like riding a bicycle. Once you start to break and dare to challenge yourself, the next challenge is no longer new. It's a new challenge, but the feeling of accepting challenge is no longer new. So that's when you break yourself and you start to learn, right? And then you start to learn things. But one key thing is don't go all over the place, right? Like for me, I started off with life insurance and sales, and then I went to tell myself that I need to know more about products. So I went into product development, marketing, right? Then I told myself, hey, now if I know most of the facets of the life, what else do I need? I can't call myself a true blue insurance person unless I know general insurance as well. So that was a totally different ballgame, deep dive into that area. And then, then you make yourself a little bit more wholesome, you learn. So when you start to have that complacency, that's the time you tell yourself, enough, right? You got to find something new, you got to challenge yourself, right, to the next level. So that's what I would say, the key things that drive me to where I am today. And be humble, be humble.
Yeah, that's very good advice. I think humility is important. And I think challenging yourself, doing new things is where the growth is. And if you keep doing the same thing, how to grow, right? Okay. And I like what you did because you covered all the areas from sales to product management and then basically general insurance. And that kind of leads you to the path of being to head it all as the CEO. So as a CEO, what are the challenges that you face?
Well, I would say that you now see things more from a general management. It's like, in the past, you get to go very deep dive, right? And that's another thing about ladies. People always tend to say we tend to want to be perfection in certain areas. And that's something that I would caution all ladies to take a step back as well, right? To look at things and then from a general management, learn when to let go and learn when to trust your people to let them run the show. But be there when you feel it's not going down that right place. So engagement is very key. So the challenges is sometimes you are so busy in so many things. And if you look at the current financial institution industry that we are in, right, the ever-growing vigilance from regulators, even from consumers everywhere, right? And that's the thing that you have to play a very fine balance in driving and doing what's right versus growing the business.
True.
I think, Jade, you can relate to me on that as well, right? The vigilance and the growth, right? Yeah.
Fantastic balance. And I pick up one thing that you said is that basically trusting your people. And I remember you had very good personal relationship or IQ with people, especially with people in general and with your team. And your team generally supports you and make a lot of things happen for yourself, right? So I noticed that, and maybe that's also one of the pillars that made you so successful in your current role.
Yeah, Jade, that's very true. I mean, from the onset of different companies, what is important, it has to be mutual, and it's something that you respect and trust the person, and you don't have to look over your shoulder, and that person gives you their level best as well, and you will be with them when anything happens, right? But to do that, there has to be a level of transparency. So I always believe, and I tell my people, be honest to the truth, right? Be honest to the truth to yourself and to the people around you. If you have a situation, be upfront, be honest, and then pull people in. And it's the power of one to get to drive solutions. When you try to be on your own to do it, that's when depression steps in, I would say. So, so that kind of engagement is important. Work together, play together, right? And then celebrate achievements together. Yeah.
I think that last part that you say, celebrating, is particularly in FIs, in banks, as well as in bank insurance company as well. We really make an effort, right? Compared to many organizations, we really make an effort to really celebrate, because it's so hard to get the milestones. We make such an effort to celebrate it, right? Yeah, yes. I remember that. Right. Any final insights for the ladies? Anything else you want to say before we wrap this little interview up?
Jade, actually, yes, one thing, right? I find that it's something that ladies have to be mindful about themselves, right, in everything that they do. As I mentioned earlier, ladies tend to be perfect, right? And even if you go for interviews, right? I love to give this analogy. When you go for interviews, right? You will see when you interview a man, right? They come out and they really showcase their strength. They really, really showcase their strength, and then their areas of weakness, they sort of don't highlight it so much, right? They drive on that. When you interview a lady, which is equivalently good and all, she will tell you what her strengths are, but she will also tell you these are areas that I think not so good or whatnot. That's being honest is one thing, but the thing is that you've got to stay focused on strength. And what's happening is that women tend to want to be perfect all over. So if let's say you talk about a ball, right? You have the shiny part and you have the rough edges, right? What happens is that they will show all, and they try to polish even the rough edges. They spend so much time to do that so that they can be perfect in that sense. My take is that life is never perfect, and women have to recognize that they are also never perfect, right? They try to do their role, but never be shy about your own strengths. Never be shy to focus. Never be shy to talk about it and leverage on yourself on that, right? You need to manage your areas of weakness, but it is better to leverage on your strength, right, on the priority instead of focusing too much on the rough edges. That's my final advice. Women tend to do that. Thank you.
Very, very good. Okay, that was me talking with Ai Lin, CEO of Zurich Insurance, and very interesting lady with very, very interesting insights. As per the interview, great interpersonal skills, and she builds really good teams that work with her very well. That piece I noticed. And her little advice for ladies is, stay humble, all right, but don't have to focus, so much on being perfect, because it's okay, all right. Just focus on the strengths and keep going at that, all right. A very interesting lady, very hardworking, and she's come a long way. She started as I think product sales, and then product management, but now she's a CEO, lady CEO. Very, very interesting. Okay, just now before I got interrupted inside here, had a bit of technical problem with the video. I was also showing you a little video of me talking to Affin Bank. As I said, Affin Bank has been very, very supportive of us at Artisan Digital Mall, Sendirian Berhad, that runs the Artisan Haven, and also encouraging us and helping us to create awareness amongst their Rakan Niaga. All right, so we're part of the SME colony and one of the Rakan Niaga, and this was a very short 2-minute interview with Affin Bank, with Affin Bank SME. Hi, I'm Jade from the Artisan's Haven. So I started an Artisan Digital Mall, and within the Artisan Digital Mall, apart from promoting local artisans and local brands, I also work with small SMEs that provides close to digital type of services also for SMEs. 2020 was a very interesting year. We started off very optimistic, and then the pandemic occurred. But one of the most important things for all of us in the small business area was to keep the OPEX, the operating costs low. So if you look at 2022, it is very positive, right? You can already see the business is beginning to come back. Working with people like the Affin Bank SME Colony, and that has made us a little bit better, a little bit more prepared for future crises. We were very lucky, and we were very happy as well because we hooked up with Affin Bank SME. So we got together and created a smart solution, things that we learned from the pandemic in terms of digital, in terms of how to manage the operating costs, do things in modular formula, and we put all of that together, and we wanted to share that with Affin Bank's Rakan Niaga, and that's why we immediately joined Affin Bank's SME Colony, and we became a Rakan Niaga. And now what we are doing is that we are offering these little bite-sized services to our colleagues and friends at Rakan Niaga. So for me, my quote would be, thank goodness, I'm very appreciative for the great support that we've got from Affin Bank SME. And I think networking and working together with Affin Bank actually helped us through the crisis and make us very positive for 2022. That was me with Affin Bank. They were very supportive. They actually helped us launch our smart solution. And there you could see all the great support that they had given us. Okay. All right. Before I end the show today, I want to show you again one of my favorite, what we call the first online stationery shop. First online stationer. This is called a very, very nice name, Bubo Chacha. And they have a wide variety of things, almost everything that you want from a stationery shop, they have it, and it's all online, very, very competitively priced. And you can just order it online, and you make arrangement with them in terms of the delivery. And I was very lucky. I visited their little, mini warehouse and storehouse where they had all their products, and they showed me some of it in there. So before I end, let me show you me on location at Bubo Chacha. Okay, that was me at Bubo Chacha. All right, first online stationer. All right. Okay, that's our show for today. Thank you very much for watching. Took you through my little chat with Ai Lin, CEO, lady CEO of Zurich Insurance. All right, and also had a little preview of what we were doing with SME colony at Affin Bank, and lastly, one of my favorite visit to the first online station.